First thing, I take out 1.5 inch, mark the full length of the skirt with allowance. I'm taking out 1.5 inches for the skirt band because there's going to be a band for this skirt. So if you want a bigger band, you can do more, but 1.5 inch is totally fine with me. That's going to be the waistline. So here I'll be taking out 1.5 inch again, and I'm going to mark my hip line. So the hip line, I'm adding half inches to that. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark my knee line, but from my knee line, I'm going to be coming up by 2 inches. Obviously, I'm going to add half inch to that. So this is going to be my hip line, and this is going to be my knee line. I'll go ahead and divide my waist measurement by 4, and I'm going to be marking that on the waistline. I'll add 1 inch for that allowance and also 1 inch for sewing allowance. On the hip line, I'm going to be dividing the hip measurement by 4, and I'm going to mark 1 inch for sewing allowance. Next thing, I'm going to be subtracting 1.5 inch from that hip measurement I divided by 4, and I'm going to be marking it on the knee line. I'll add 1 inch to that. I'll just take this measurement here, and I'm going to be marking it down here. The next thing I'm going to do is then connect this line. So if you want to, you can go ahead and add more allowance. If 1 inch is too small for you, you can add more than 1 inch for the allowance. And again, that 1.5 inches to 2 inches we took out from the hip measurement we divided by 4 is totally on your preference. You can take more than that. The reason is just that the skirt will have that pencil effect. On this waistline, I'm going to be dividing that measurement by 2, and I'm going to add half inch allowance to that. That measurement is your nipple to nipple measurement. And as I was saying, that measurement on your knee will determine how pencil this skirt is going to be. So our front piece is ready. I'll go ahead and fold this fabric again into 2, and I'm going to place the front piece to it. We want to cut out our back piece now. Here it's 1.5 inches for zip allowance. 1.5 all the way down. Then I'm going to cut it out. Please, at this point, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Next thing, I just extended the hip line and the knee line. And here on this waistline, I'm going to be marking 1 inch. I'll be connecting that to that hip line. Then on the knee line, I'm going to be marking 1 inch all the way down here. After that, I'll just connect this from the hip line up to the waistline like so. Then from the hip line, I'm going to be connecting to the knee line and all the way down to the length of the skirt. For today's special hug, it's for Vivian Ogbonna. I am so glad you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for your sweet comment. Please tell me where you're watching me from so that I can give you a special hug in my next video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and cut this out, and our back piece is ready. I cut out the lining just exactly how we cut on the Ankara fabric, exactly the length, everything the same, and I place it together. So I'm going to be taking out 1.5 inch out from this waistline, and I'm going to be marking the length of the skirt with half inch allowance. Okay, you can see this skirt was very long, so I'm going to be taking that out from the lining, and I'll go ahead and cut that. I'll place this now on the Ankara fabric, right front, the right side, I mean, and I'm going to be sewing here. After sewing that, You can see the lining is now shorter than the Ankara, so I'll just push it up this way. But at this point, you can go ahead and hold the dart separately if you want a neat finishing. But mine, I'm just going to pin it up like this. Pin it this way. Then I'm going to be sewing the sides first. You can sew your darts, then you sew the side out. But I'm going to be sewing my side out just like this. Sew it all the way up like this, and I'll be doing the same thing for the back piece. After doing that, this is the result you're going to get, just like so. You can see how neat this is. So by this time, if you hold your darts already, it's going to be inside the fabric, okay? But mine, I'm going to be holding my darts now, and I'll be doing the same for the back piece. I'll just hold the darts up like that. You can see I'm done holding the darts. And for the back, I just went ahead and sewed the zip side according to the shape we gave earlier. Just like that curve. And you can see how puffy this back looked. Let me pick it up just like so. You can see, so that your butt will sit properly behind your skirt. Then I'll go ahead and fix my zip. This is the front after holding the darts and sewing up here like this. After putting the zip, I'm going to be placing front side facing front side. And I'm going to shape with my measurements. This is for the band of the skirt, the 1.5 we took out earlier. So I came down by 2 inches just like so. And I'm going to be cuffing this. Our waist is not straight, so I don't want a straight band. That's why you'll see me trying to make this curve. And from this curve, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inch. Then I'm going to be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. And I'm going to be marking it all the way up this way. You can see the curve the band is already giving. And I'll connect this and cut it out. Just like so. I'll be needing 2 pieces of this. I'll cut it out again. After this, I'm going to go ahead and put Estee gum on 1 piece and I'll sew up here. This is our skirt after I finish shaping it. At this point, you can just open back here and put the slit. And this is the band after sewing and ironing. You can see it's not straight, it's curved. And I'm going to be fixing the band to the skirt. I'll fix it to the skirt. And our skirt is ready. Very simple. Please guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notification for our next video. Thank you so much.